also think will be in line with the principles of our founding fathers. The third thing I'd like to do if I go to Washington is to help reform the way Washington works. Now, I know politicians have been saying this for years and years, but I'm going to walk the walk and not just talk the talk. I'm going to hold myself up to these standards. I am going to advocate for term limits. I am going to advocate that no public official can subsequently become a paid lobbyist. And I am going to advocate that politicians and office holders cannot accept any gifts of any value, whether they disclose it or don't disclose it. These are the types of important reforms that I think we need to make in Washington. I'm going to be that type of responsible leader. I'm going to work with Republicans and Democrats and independents, and this will ultimately be for the betterment of all. I am going to be the true citizen legislator that we so much want. I will never forget that I work for my constituents, that I'm a public servant, and that I'm not in power to simply hold on to power and expand my own power. I will always be faithful to the trust of the voters. Now, I know that earning votes in this district will be hard. I know it will be difficult to serve in the U.S. Congress, but I've never been one to shy away from challenges before. I learned the values of hard work, real hard work, and dedication and service to others from my immigrant parents and from other members of my family. My father's 80 years old, and he's retired now, but he tended to the sick all of his life. My mother's also retired. She's 77. And she provided social services to those in need. My oldest sister healed the hearts of drug-addicted moms for 20 years. My wife, Amy, was a remarkable nurse, and now she runs the nonprofit organization that she and I co-founded. As Lucinda mentioned, I grew up in the Midwest. I went to those public schools. I always wanted to serve others, and I've done that. I've done that in my life. As a cancer doctor, I've taken care of people and their families in the most difficult times of their life. Those of you who dealt with cancer know what I'm talking about. And I've done that as somebody who's provided medical services to our U.S. veterans every week for the last 10 years. I understand our veterans. I understand their problems, and I understand their concerns. And now I want to take this sort of responsible leadership to the U.S. Congress to serve the interests of my fellow Hoosiers. Now, years ago, I came across a quote that really best captures the way I feel about public service. Never rest, never tire, never fail to struggle for the betterment of all. Then when your time comes, you can say, my life made a difference. That, to me, is the essence of living. For me, it's the lifeblood of responsible leadership. I'd like to thank you all for being here today. I'd like to thank you for supporting me and supporting my candidacy. And I'd like to thank you for allowing me to get to know you a little bit better and hopefully to represent you in the United States Congress. So thank you for being here, and I'm happy to answer any questions.